Page 10, we begin together. Hine mato. Hine mato. Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Repeat after me. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Let's join together. Hine mato. Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine mato. Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Let's all try that. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem. Salam aleikum.
Shalom, everyone. So, this week we read from Parashat Matot Maseh, the double portion that brings the book of Numbers to a close. In many ways, these chapters stand at the edge of transition. The Israelites are nearing the end of their wilderness journey, and our portion is filled with the practical and spiritual questions that come with preparing to enter a new stage of life. It speaks about vows and the weight of our words. It recalls the many stops along the journey through the wilderness. It describes the boundaries of the land, the responsibilities of inheritance, and the need for a community to be ordered with care. Near the end of the portion, Moses is instructed to tell the Israelites to establish cities of refuge, or places of protection when grief, fear, and anger could easily become destructive. These cities remind us that a community is shaped in part by the structures it creates to temper our first impulses, make room for wisdom, and prevent pain from becoming its own kind of comfort. Now, as we turn to page 3, it's my pleasure to invite Sharon Hellman-Freeberg to offer the reading before our candle blessings. Freiberg, thank you.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hashem וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who helps us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Continue with Shalom Aleichem together as we turn to page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashavim, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everybody, Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai.
We welcome the Sabbath bride together as we sing Lechadodi on page 20.
Lecha Lechadodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekavela. Lecha Lechadodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekavela. La 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 Lechadodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekavela. Lecha Lechadodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekavela. Shamor וזכור מניבוד אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה, לה 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 לחדודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך לחדודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לה 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 לחדודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך לחדודי, בואי ושלום, את ערד בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לה 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 לחדוני, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת מקבלה, לך אדוני, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה.
At this time, we invite you to welcome your neighbors and wish them Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, Carl. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Great. Good to see you. Hey, girl. Good shopping. Good shopping.
Didn't recognize you.
Our service continues with the Hatzi Kaddish on page 26.
We're going to remain standing for Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadav, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah. Ve'almani v'rachirutei, ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechol v'yom echol, u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, ubizman kahari veimeru. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach, le'olam olam me'almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach ve'yishtabach, v'yipar v'yithroma minasei, ve'yithadar, v'yithalev, v'yithalal, shemei dekodesha. Brichu leila mikol birchata v'shirata, tush v'chata v'nechemata, ta'amicha me'alema v'eimeru.
We remain standing for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu on page 28.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amevorach. Baruch Adonai, Amevorach, Amevorach, Le'olam Ha'ed. Amevorach, Amevorach, Le'olam Ha'ed.
We continue together reading at the bottom of page 30 with Ma'arim Arvim. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsebaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'arim v'aravim. On page 32 at the bottom, we continue reading together. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. We continue together on page 36 with Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha u'blechtecha b'terech u'shokbecha u'vkumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'eloheichem ani Adonai Eloheichem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim li'ot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Eloheichem emet.
We read responsively at the bottom of page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Page 40. בית יעקב, וגאלו ביד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
We continue with Hashkivenu on page 42.
Let's join together. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shoreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shoreinu. Ushmor Seiteinu, Uvoeinu, Lechaim u'leshalom, me'ata me'ad olam. Let's continue together. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shoreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu And on page 44, we continue with Vishamru. This is a melody that I wrote that many of you here are familiar with, and if you're not familiar with it, that's okay. It's okay because you're going to learn it and then you're going to make it your own. It goes like this. Shabbat Shabbat vayi nafash. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat le'nodatam be'rit olam. Last time. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat le'nodatam be'rit olam.
Continue with our standing prayer, the Amidah, on page 46 as we rise.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Adonai sefatai titach, v'yaki teilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei V'nechem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rab le'Hoshia. Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim verofech olim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, Umito melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim bechol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. We continue continue reading responsively at the bottom of page 55. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans.
Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred.
Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears.
Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality.
Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action.
Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
On page 57 at the top, ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Together, Baruch atah Adonai, sha'olecha u'madcha v'yirah na'avo. On page 59, together at the top. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'tov shimcha u'lecha na'eh le'odos.
Page 60. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Let's try together. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Our minds now turn to those who are in need of healing. As a community, we think of those who could use a refuah shlema, complete healing of mind, of body, or of spirit. So I invite you to think of anyone who may come to mind, someone who you love, someone who you know who could use that healing of any kind, as together we recite our Mishaberach Lacholim, our prayer for healing.
Misheperach avoteinu mekor habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say,
prayer for peace between Israel and her neighbors, with our prayer for peace that can be found in our order of service. We rise. Together, Rock and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, the dawning of our redemption. Shield it with your compassion and spread over it the sukkah of your shalom. Compel its leaders to act for the good of all who dwell in your holy land. Grant them sound minds, courageous hearts, and compassionate souls. May they work tirelessly to do what is needed to move from ceasefire to sustainable peace. May they invest in a future that brings blessing to us all. Master of compassion, bring security and sustenance to all those who are vulnerable. Comfort all who are displaced and suffering. Protect the innocent wherever they may be. May we never lose sight of their humanity and the spark of God's presence in every human being. Healer of the brokenhearted and binder of our wounds, uproot the hatred, animosity, and distrust of all those who do harm, and replace them with love and kinship, so that all the peoples who dwell in your holy land find safety and security, quiet and contentment, and an abundance of everlasting peace. Amen. We now continue with our own silent meditation.
Coming out of the silence, we turn to words of hope and strength. Page 343, Ozi Vezimratya. Join together. Ozi Vezimranya, Vaya Hili Yeshua. Ozi Vezimranya, Vaya Hili Yeshua. Ozi Vezimranya, Vaya Hili Yeshua. Ozi Vezimranya, Vaya Hili Yeshua.
Earlier this week, my mom was texting my brother and me about buying a new TV. She lives in Manhattan, where everything inside an apartment has to be placed strategically. It's kind of like doing a jigsaw puzzle, but with furniture instead of puzzle pieces. Because of these parameters, she has the most overcomplicated setup for a TV that I have ever seen. I've been trying to help her replace the 15-year-old Samsung that's finally on its last legs. But the replacement needs to fit like the right puzzle piece. If it's too large, it'll extend beyond the ledge of the wall. If it doesn't have the right plugs in the back, then her VCR DVD player becomes a dud. Meanwhile, nobody knows how the wiring works because it all feeds into a tiny, inaccessible hole in the wall. You can probably already guess how much fun it is to troubleshoot this thing over the phone. It can be frustrating. Not because anyone is doing anything wrong, but because the situation itself is irritating, confusing, and tedious. Frustration can be a tricky thing, though, because if we're not careful, it can quickly carry us into something harder to navigate. We all know there are moments when something in us wants to react before we've had time to think. Someone says something sharp, an email lands the wrong way, disappointment catches us when we are already tired, and suddenly the feeling becomes larger than the moment itself. In those moments, the danger is not only what happened to us, it's what we might do next. Oftentimes, the reactions we regret come from who we become when fear, hurt, anger, or exhaustion takes the wheel. In other words, we all need refuge from our most reactive selves. Toward the end of this week's double portion, Matot Maseh, our people are commanded to establish cities of refuge. If someone causes a death unintentionally, that person can flee there and be protected from immediate retaliation by the victim's family. Profound emotional depth lies beneath the surface of this legal construct. Our tradition understands that the moment after pain can be dangerous. Grief is real, anger is real, and so is the desire to strike back. Parshat Maseh turns that insight into sacred structure, a place where time can pass, where process can happen, and where pain doesn't get the final word in its first and fiercest form. The sages go out of their way to illustrate this point. They imagine signs placed at the crossroads, pointing out the way to the cities of refuge. They only say two words, miklat, miklat, refuge, refuge. The path must be clear, because refuge is neither accidental nor theoretical. It needs to be made real and shaped into something that people can turn to when they need it. In Tractate Shabbat, a story about Hillel the elder reflects a similar principle. It goes something like this. A man makes a bet that he can provoke Rabbi Hillel into anger. He comes late on a Friday afternoon, just as Shabbat is approaching, and interrupts Hillel with questions intended to irritate him. But in every attempt, Hillel receives him patiently. When the man admits what he's been doing, he tells Hillel that he lost his wager. Hillel responds, in essence, saying that it's better that you should lose the money than that I should lose my temper. And this is more than a lesson in politeness. Hillel is being deliberately provoked by He refuses to let another person's agitation determine the shape of his own response. His patience becomes a kind of inner refuge, a pause between what is being done to him and what he will allow himself to become. Hillel models internally what the cities of refuge build externally. Space between provocation and response. And most of us need both. We need the inner discipline to pause, and we also need communities that help make that pause possible. And that's part of what sacred communities can offer. They provide structure and relationships that help us slow down before we answer, before one charged moment defines us. We live in a world with very few cities of refuge. Everything pushes us to react quickly. Reply now, post now, decide now, justify yourself now. But our tradition asks us to imagine another possibility, a place, a practice, or a Shabbat that slows the moment down. In that sense, Shabbat can become a kind of refuge. It interrupts the urgency of reaction and gives us room to remember that we are more than the loudest emotion within us. Which brings me back to the TV. I'll admit, there were moments when I could feel myself getting impatient. At a certain point, I made space for things to breathe and stopped treating the conversation like one more wire to untangle. The setup still has to be figured out, and that hole in the wall with the wires is never likely to change. But the problem did not have to be solved in one conversation. Sometimes we need enough distance from the pressure of a moment to return to it more wisely. We're not meant to live every moment at the mercy of our first reaction. In fact, our tradition insists that there is another way to pause, step back, and to find refuge before we respond. Irritation, anger, and hurt, they're all part of being human. Our task is to make sure they are not the only voices we listen to. Our Parsha this week reminds us that refuge has to be built before it is needed, in our habits, in our relationships, and in the rhythm of Shabbat itself. May we learn to recognize the signs that point us toward refuge. May we help build those pathways for one another. And may we return from those places with more patience, more compassion, and a bit more wisdom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We continue with the concluding section of our service with a later as we rise and turn to page 283.
Rabbeinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא שם חלקנו לאחד את שמו, וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד.
391 for meditation number 7, a poem by Hannah Senesh. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. On this Shabbat, we remember Richard Alterman, Hilda Barnholtz, Louise Baumholtz, Jewel Bennett, Arthur A. Cohen, Willard L. Cohodes, Francis Cortez, Karen Delavan, Isidore Finkel, Jean Franco, Dickie Friedman, Morty Friedman, Louis Glickenhaus, Maury Goldstein, Ben Goschalk, Belle Hafkin, Audrey Henkin, Roslyn Hirschberg, Lois Eisenstein Horleen, Lois Brahm Jacobs, Margie Kallenberg, Babe Karotkin, Marjorie Kolobson, Victor Lawson, Gussie Gans McCown, Isara Longoria Mendez, Asker Mirjani, Joe Moser, Jeanette Edelman Newman, Eileen O'Keefe, Lynn Penner, Nina Phillips, Helene Katz Ricklin, Sarah Ricklin, Benjamin Ringel, Leo Rose, Alex Sharlock, Tamara Sanishin, Irene Chaput, Adolf Steinhardt, Isidore Stern, Frank Tarantino, David Van Abema, Mrs. Willie Vaughn Green, Arnold Vitas, Karen Jane Wagner, Mortimer Weingart, Janet Wheeler, Thelma J. Zeed. If there are any names you'd like to add to this list, I invite you to share their names out loud at this time. We take all of these names said out loud and wrap them with the ones said in our hearts as together we turn to page 294 and rise for the mourner's Kaddish. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma, Yivrach, Yurtei, Ve'almif, Malhutei, Ve'chaye Hom, Ve'omecho, U'chaye Deho, Beit Israel, Ba'akala, U'vizman, Karib, Ve'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Mivarach, Le'alam, Ulomei, Amaya, Yivarach, Ve'ishtabach, Ve'ipa'ar, Ve'yitromam, Ve'yitnaseh, V'yit Hadar, V'yit Haled, V'yit Halal, Shvei Dekunisha, Riku, Le'ela Mikol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechemata, Ta'amiran V'alma V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Osei Shalom Ramav, U'ya'asei Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. And you may be seated. It's my pleasure to invite Trent Warrant up to our announcements this evening.
Shabbat Shalom and welcome.
Shabbat Shalom.
Glad you're all here in the Oppenheimer Chapel or from your own sacred space at home. I want to say thank you to Sisterhood for the pre-Shabbat Oneh, Sharon Hellman Freiberg, who lit our Shabbat candles, and to our greeters, Linda Harris and Kayla Miller, and there was somebody else out there greeting, which I don't remember who it was now, but there was somebody else. Thank you to everyone. Yeah, it wasn't me, but there was somebody else. So there are some upcoming temple events I want to make you aware of. There is, let's see, adult education kicks off in August with a 3-part lunch and learn series led by Cantor Ettinger. called Tekiah, Exploring the Sacred Sounds of the Shofar Service, discovering the meaning behind the three sections of the shofar service, and gain a better understanding of the philosophy and meaning behind the distinct sets of calls and liturgical music. Join us on August 15th, 22nd, and 29th from 12 to 1:30. Summer of Shalom continues with a cinema social this Sunday, 12 p.m. at the Santikos Northwest. The movie will be the live-action Moana. Your ticket for $20 includes popcorn, candy, and a drink, making it a fun outing for the whole family. And it's a private viewing for our congregation only, so just ask the people there where Beth-El's theater is, which screen is ours. And we're almost done. If you're looking for a sweet way to send Rosh Hashanah greetings to family and friends, Sisterhood's annual honey fundraiser is well underway. For just $18, Sisterhood will send a jar of locally produced Texas honey with your personalized New Year's greeting and a note explaining the tradition. Get your orders in by August 3rd to spread a sweet New Year to those you love. Now here's a fun thing to do. You can find more information and registrations on the website. Comes into your email there's an email that comes every Thursday at 4, and look, guess what? This thing you got, there's a QR code on the bottom. Scan that little QR code, and it'll take you to all the fun things. If you don't know how to work it, ask your grandchildren. They will. So we're looking forward to your participation in these enriching and community-building opportunities. Thanks for coming. Shabbat Shalom.
So let us now all rise as we conclude our service with a prayer for peace. Oseh Shalom Bimromav on page 294. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom. Shalom b'mamav, Yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat shalom.